coming up, we have your April 2021 Las Vegas real estate market update.
Hey everyone, I'm Steve.
And I'm Kristen.
We are the Thomas Group with Love Local Real Estate, your local Las Vegas and Henderson realtors. Here today bringing you your April 2021 Las Vegas real estate market update from Boulder City.
Historic Boulder City.
Historic Boulder City, yeah, that's what they call it, don't they?
Yeah,
and it's pretty cool here. Oh, just before we get into that, in today's market update, we're going to be talking to you about why you might want to stay clear of new construction.
Yep,
we're going to talk about how many cash buyers are in the market now and why we believe there are so many cash buyers.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about lots more, so stay
mortgage
tuned.
forbearance too, and what the current administration is proposing for that as well. So yeah.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Historic Boulder City.
Yeah, historic Boulder City is a little town that is just like 30 minutes from Henderson, and it's down in the southeast kind of corner of the valley, and it got its name from where, Kristen?
From the Hoover Dam, which was actually originally called the Boulder Dam.
The Boulder Dam.
Learned. Yeah.
What's really interesting that I just learned as well is that there's actually only two towns in the whole of Nevada where gambling is prohibited, and Boulder City is one of them. So this place it's kind of small. It's got 10 restaurants, and I know it's got 10 because I just looked at the sign over there that says there's 10 of them. And it might not be all restaurants.
I think there's probably some more. I
think there's probably
are we including Arby's in there?
I'm not sure. I didn't even see an Arby's, but this place it's got some character.
Yeah, it's completely different from Las Vegas. Like, Boulder City is your quintessential small town America. And actually it was so funny because the last time Steve's parents visited, we took them out here, for a little day trip.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
Yeah. And Steve's mom was like thrilled. She was like, they should do bus tours here for people because everybody would love it. Because to be fair, like, if you're from small town America, you know what this is like. But if you're from England, it's very...
Well, it's not just that. Like, my mum loves like rummaging through like antique shops and secondhand stores and stuff like that. And this place, if you love antiques and secondhand stores, is like a mecca for you.
Yeah.
Actually, you can probably see one just behind us. And inside of all of these antique stores, you're gonna see all sorts of wild and crazy collectibles from, I mean, there's an alien museum, I think, like just around the corner.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, there's something here for everybody. But if you're visiting town and you want to just get out of Vegas and see something a little bit different, maybe you're on the way to Hoover Dam, because this was actually created for all of the workers that were building the Hoover Dam, which is what you were sharing with me, which was quite interesting on the drive here, because I said to Kristen, I can't believe that they turn all of their garages into living rooms out here because it gets very hot, right? But Kristen said it's because the houses are all so small, because they were only built for holding the workers.
Yeah, and something else really interesting, really quick, about Boulder City is that they're not allowing new development. So pretty much like what's here is what's here.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why, I mean, prices are higher than, in Las Vegas, but they're doing it on purpose because they want to maintain this small town feel. So if you're thinking of moving to the area and that's something that's important to you, you might want to check out Boulder City for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you don't want to be in the hustle and the bustle of the strip, and I mean, this does have a very laid back feel here, doesn't it?
It's really cute.
So if that's your thing, definitely check it out, and if you need some help, let us know.
Yeah, we do business out here as well. All right, should we get into the numbers?
Let's do it.
So this is our April market update, which means it's our March numbers, the end of March. And the reason why I mentioned this is, if you remember, about a year ago, there was some crazy things happening in March. This is when things were starting to shut down. So just something to keep in mind, as we're comparing year over year numbers. So it's been a crazy month again. The median sales price for single family homes was $363,000. That is up 2.3% from the previous month. again, we're seeing these like monthly increases that
like a
sometimes
couple
you'd
of
see
points each
that
month.
you'd see like in 6 months or even a year in a more stable market. And that is up 13.8% from the same time last year. I mean, a 14% increase year over year is crazy.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about why we believe that there's a lot more demand right now coming up shortly.
Yeah, absolutely. So next we'll look at units sold for single family homes, which was 3,726. Now that is up 34.7% from the previous month. Wow. I'm surprised it's up that high just because we don't have any inventory. I'm really surprised because the inventory is like just diving every single month. It hasn't picked up at all. Yeah, so I don't know where those sales are coming from, but that's pretty crazy. And then we're up 35.1% from the same time last year, which again is wild. Now, something I want to mention kind of along those lines about like the inventory is the pending sales. So this is going to give us a sneak peek what's pending today. It's going to give us a peek into what's happening last month. And here is where I think the lack of inventory is catching up to us. Our pending sales are down 6.7% from the previous month. So I think we're gonna start seeing, we're capped. There's no inventory.
So the 34% more buyers from last month have basically sucked up.
They've sucked it all.
All of the inventory. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think next month we're gonna start seeing the actual sales go down.
But that also will have most likely an upward price pressure.
More.
Right. So we're gonna see that next month. We're gonna say we had a 3% increase since last month.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
crazy.
And if any of you guys out there are saying, "Oh, it's great for you as a realtor," let me tell you, it's not.
It's exhausting.
Yeah, because there's so many other people that we're competing against, representing you guys, and we don't get paid until we help you achieve your goal. So the lack of inventory and the amount of competition is really tough.
It's hard. Well, what it's good for is if you are thinking about selling your home, if you have somewhere to go, then give us a call. We will get you multiple offers in days and
the same day, most likely.
Yeah, totally. All right, so there were 1,772 single family homes available for sale. That was up 5.7% from the previous month. So that's good. There was a little bit more inventory, but it's just not enough to keep up with.
It's like demand. three extra houses came on the market.
Yeah. And that inventory was down 68.8% from the same time last year.
70%, you guys. 70% less inventory.
If you had 10 houses to pick from last year, same time this year, you have 3, just to put it into perspective.
Wow.
And there's a million other people looking for those same 3 houses. New listings, they were up 18.2% from the previous month. So again, we are seeing that spring inventory push, but it's just not enough to keep up with the demand. It is down 1.1% from the same time last year at new listings. Very last thing, which is a result of the high demand, not enough inventory, is our months of inventory. And we currently have 0.5 months of inventory.
Wow.
You want to explain what that means?
Yeah. So if we keep selling all the houses at exactly the same rate that we're selling and nobody else lists their home, we won't have any left in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, that's it.
That's really, really crazy. Now, we know a lot of people reach out to us, and a lot of people are having these conversations with me and asking me this question. Like, how crazy is it, and is it even worth, me competing in the market? Well, Yes, it is, right? We've just got to set our expectations that, unfortunately, if you find a home that, you really love, don't fall in love with it until we've got the offer accepted, because this happened to Kristen and I, and although we're in the business, I said to Kristen, we wrote an offer on a place that was gorgeous. I said to Kristen, don't fall in love. By the next day, she'd planned the flooring, picked the colors, designed the whole house, and then we didn't even get the offer accepted.
Right.
So we've been in the same boat as you guys. Don't let it dishearten you. There is definitely strategies that we can use that we've been leveraging, I think way better than anybody else, in helping our clients get offers accepted.
Yeah.
Now, if you're thinking that you are, you don't want to get into multiple offer situations and you're just going to go new construction, whoo, yeah. Oh my goodness. You guys, I think right now, if you're about to start buying new construction, I think it could be one of the worst decisions that you could be making. Now, this is not going to factor in for everybody, but let me just share with you why I believe that. And I've got to be careful what I say here. We've got clients that we're representing, helping buy homes all over the valley with different builders. Some of these builders have made our clients relocate here into town because of the conditions upon you need to be here, you've got to be in work, you've got to be employed here in Nevada, you've got to sell your house, and they enter into the contract, and now what's happening is they're stalling. The builders are stalling.
Well, we have a lumber shortage, right?
I was just going to say.
Yeah.
So there's a big, oh, can you hear that?
Yeah, lovely.
Some town bells going for us. So there's a huge lumber shortage. I don't think it's a lumber shortage, so to speak, but this is inflation, because lumber right now has gone up 188% since this time last year.
Wow.
When we're going into the builders and they're quoting you a price, they're quoting you on the price that it is right now, but they're not anticipating the wood for your home to be costing twice as much.
Right.
So this has become a very, very tricky situation. HVAC units as well.
Yeah, appliances,
like there's been a shortage and a price increase, upward price pressure on all of this. Mm-hmm. So if you're thinking about buying new construction, here's a couple of tips for you. Ask the builders if they've got a lumber problem. Ask them if they've found solutions to that problem, because every single builder, I promise you, in town has had this issue, unless they're just a very small little custom builder. Any of the big spec home builders, they've been having issues. So make sure you ask them if they've solved that. Also, something for you guys to know, when you sign a contract buying new construction homes, they have 2 years to build the house.
Wow.
So you read the fine print, and the builders don't have to build the home. So why I'm sharing this with you is because it's very, very important. If you think that the resale market is difficult right now, try going to a builder's. Most of the builders have got lotteries, silent auctions, and raffles on their lots. Like, you can't even buy one unless it's basically already built, or it's 3/4 of the way being through built, or someone built one and it fell out of escrow. Right. But they're like few and far between. So resale is something that I feel that a lot of people should put their attention back on, because if you're planning and making a move, it's very difficult to plan if you don't know if you're going to have a house to get into.
Right.
So let's open your perspective on what you're looking for, and look at new construction and resale.
Yeah, take a look at both, and we'll compare that.
But don't rule resale out at all just based on what we're saying.
Right. Yeah, I think that those are all really good points, Stephen. And one last thing, not to go on and on about this, is actually, like, the price increases that we've seen on the new builds are even outpacing the increases that we've seen on the resales. I mean, the lot premiums have tripled in a lot of communities. I had clients in the time that their $400,000 house was getting built, now it's being sold for $500,000. Plus that lot, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So just something to keep in mind.
So what I've noticed recently as well, in the market, we've been having a huge amount of cash offers.
Tons. Actually, 26% of closed offers are cash.
1 in 4 offers is a cash buyer right now. You've got to ask yourself, why so many cash buyers? Now, not that I know everything or anything, but this is just what I'm thinking. In the last 12 months, 25% of the money that has ever been created is being printed. The dollar is being debased by a huge amount, and investors, not only investors, but people that have got cash sitting in bank accounts elsewhere, are wanting to put their money in safe assets. and not only safe assets, but assets that can hopefully appreciate for them and not depreciate for them. Cash buyers are coming in the luxury market, condo market, in the middle market, absolutely everywhere. So if you're not a cash buyer, again, don't let that distract you. There are techniques that we can do to make your offer look as good as cash.
Right.
But you got to call us and we'll share those with you.
Yeah. And then really quick, along the same lines about the cash buyers, we've said this before, but I just want to repeat it because the Wall Street Journal just published an article on this too, is hedge funds and how many hedge funds are snapping up all these properties too.
Well,
so.
this follows in, right? You've got to think outside the box. This, what I believe is happening, inflation's here, right?
Yeah.
And typically in times of inflation where everything is increasing, real estate prices do too.
Yeah.
So people are just parking their money into real estate and hedge funds as well.
Yeah.
So when the big money's doing it, you know, they often know something we don't know.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And as well, there's not going to be a huge amount of inventory coming on the market anymore.
Yeah, exactly. You're totally right, Steve. So talking about inflation, the current administration, all that. So a lot of people are sitting around waiting for this massive wave of foreclosures that are going to happen. And we said it before, but we're saying it again. You're going to be waiting a long time if that's you. That's all right if that's what you're going to do, but just, you know, it's not going to be happening soon. So as you might already know, in February, the current administration pushed back foreclosures 6 months. And then just a couple days ago, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau proposed a whole new package to help people stay in their homes. And what this package is going to do is going to allow the mortgage forbearance to go all the way until 2022. Currently, you have to be in a federally backed loan, which the majority of you guys probably are. It's about 70% of the people. But this package will allow anyone that has like a privately owned loan to be covered by it too. They're also proposing putting strict measures in place to help slow the foreclosure process. So there could potentially be laws where you have to be given multiple opportunities. And along those same lines, I think the banks have learned their lesson from 2008.
500%.
The cost of foreclosures. They don't actually want to foreclose on people.
It's very, very capital intensive, time intensive.
Yeah.
And if they can give you a reason to, find a way for you to stay in the house, like they want you to do that. So for those people, you know, that, like you said, people that were waiting for foreclosures and stuff, I don't think everyone's like waiting to look at buying a foreclosed home, but people certainly have been waiting, saying, we're going to wait to buy a house when all of the foreclosures come, because that would soften the market,
right?
You know, and whatever. But that's not going to happen, you guys.
Yeah.
And whilst we're waiting, that, you know, the amount of homes nationally in forbearance is actually decreasing.
And people's equity in their homes is increasing. So
it's helping everybody out.
It's helping everybody out. So lots of really interesting points to consider.
Yeah, there really is.
Moving on to the condo and townhome market. The median sales price last month was $194,000, and this kind of tends to fluctuate month to month. So that was down 1.8 from the previous month. We'll probably see it up again next month, and that's up 4.6% from the same time last year. Now, there were 998 condos and townhomes sold. That's up 38.2% from the previous month. A lot, really a lot, and up 40% from the same time last year, which is super significant. I think
this is a prime example of the fact that people have been looking at single family homes, seeing the shortage in inventory, then comparing, you know, what you can get in a townhome in a better community.
Yeah.
And now that's pushed, you know, that number up like almost twice as much.
Exactly. Yeah, you nailed it. And then let's take a look at pending sales, which is going to give us a sneak peek into what we're going to see next month. Pending sales are down 3% from the previous month. So we're probably going to see the number of closed sales dip a little bit next month, but it's just because there's no inventory.
Yeah, we're hurting.
We're hurting. All right, there are 597 condos and townhomes available for sale. That's down 11.6% from the previous month. and down 63.3% from the same time last year.
Yeah,
That's
same
wild.
same deal as a single family. I don't know how much lower it can go. Every month I'm
saying
like,
that.
I was like, oh my goodness, we're at like 0.8 months of inventory now, 7 and 6 and 5 and now 4.
Right.
I mean, seriously, like, where's it going to go?
Right, and along those same lines, there were 971 new listings taken last month, which again, we need inventory, we need listings. If you guys are thinking about selling. That was up 16.8% from the previous month and up 13.7% from the same time last year, but this just is not enough to keep up with that increased demand, that 40% increased demand. The very last thing is the months of inventory, which is the result of the high demand, not enough listings, and we're at 0.6 months of inventory, which again, obviously heavily favors the seller, multiple offers, people waiving appraisals, all that jazz.
On waiving appraisals,
Yes.
Let me just give you guys a really quick tip. I know you might be attached to your lender wherever you live for whatever reason, but I highly recommend you consider using a local lender when you're buying here. Obviously, we sell a lot of homes. Kristen and I are, just got an offer accepted ourselves, and we waived the appraisal on our home, and we paid $60,000 over the asking, and we were wasn't worth that according to the comps, but we were prepared to pay the extra because we really wanted the home. But what our great lender David did is he managed to get us an appraisal waiver, right, which now means that there's not even an appraisal needed.
Right.
If you have the ability, and this is not going to happen with everybody's loan, but if you have the ability to waive your appraisal when you're writing an offer, and then have a little bit of confidence that it might get waived behind you, that's going to save you so much money. We've got a client right now that's using an out-of-state lender,
A big bank
out of state, and the appraiser, they didn't even come and visit the house. They did what they call, I think they call it a desk appraisal, which basically means they just look at the pictures on the computer, and they didn't even do a good job of looking at the pictures on the computer, because it came in $95,000 less than the offer price. And let me tell you, the price that purchase price that we offered on this home was fair, totally fair, completely fair, multiple offers in it.
Yeah.
Now our client, we're trying to help them out here by refuting the appraisal, but our client could hypothetically have to come out of pocket $95,000, and you got to ask yourself, is that really worth it, using some other lender somewhere else that doesn't know the Las Vegas real estate market, the Henderson market? I couldn't believe it. The appraiser asked us, can you send us some information on the Henderson real estate market to support the price? I was like, buddy, just look at the comps.
Right.
But anyway, I'm getting off my high horse here, but I don't want any of you guys to get stung, and I want you to all be able to put your best foot forward in getting an offer accepted. So if you need a good lender, David Juracek, if you haven't seen one of our last couple of market updates, he was on it with us.
Yeah,
he's an amazing lender with
good.
Guild Mortgage here in town. He doesn't give us a kickback or anything for recommending him.
It's just easy. It's so easy to work with him, and they provide such a great service, low rates. And you guys will probably be seeing him next month, because I'm about to pop. So you will probably have David on again with Steve, so he has a buddy.
Yeah. Awesome. So on that note, I just want to say, Kristen, thank you for doing all of these amazing market updates with me. And she's been growing a little baby for 9 months, and
big baby now.
He's a big baby. So he's going to be due anytime now. Thank you so much to everybody that's reached out to us. I know I've said this to you before, but Kristen and I started this channel just over a year ago, and we're just creating videos like this, telling you about the real estate market, trying to offer you value. The amount of people that have reached out to us has literally changed our lives. You've allowed us to get an amazing home that we're going to grow a family in,
and really amazing people, and we're
so grateful. So thank you. Kristen will be back at some point. But we've got a good team of agents that are here to help me and support you. So if you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can find all of our info at thethomasgrouplv.com. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.